we are at the Hales Bar Dam. As you can see, this is a beautiful place and also a very, very creepy place as well. And we're about to be locked down in here for the night. Gonna do lots of filming. I hear dogs barking like way up there. Do you hear them?
You got all the flashlights and everything?
I got everything in the backpack.
Yeah, look at this. Get ready to go. We're about to start this video.
Yeah, we're about to do this, guys. I'm so excited to do this place. This is gonna be amazing.
All right, we've been itching to get at this place for like a week.
Right, so welcome to Hales Bar Dam, the #1 most haunted building in Tennessee, the 4th most haunted building in America. Over 1,000 deaths on premises from the moment construction began in 1905 to when it was decommissioned in 1967. There are a few places that I'll tell you about.
Okay.
Where we actually have confirmed deaths down where we've located it down to the specific room. Construction of the dam began in 1905. This is actually the first multi-purpose hydroelectric lock and dam in the world. Fancy words meaning it was the first dam to cross a river, have a lock so boats can pass through it and generate power. This room that we're standing in is actually the generator room. If you see the circles on the concrete, this is where each one of the hydroelectric generators used to stand. They'd be about 15 to 20 feet tall, and they're set up in rows of 2, 7 long.
Oh, wow.
And by the way, you're not on the 1st floor right now.
Oh, really? Okay.
You are on the 6th floor.
Really?
There are
so
5.
This has, okay, so it's got underground.
Well, underwater now.
Underwater.
The bottom 5 floors of the dam, half of the dam is underwater and has been underwater since 1968. Have you heard the stories about the children that would cross the dam to get to school?
So we read a little bit about that, but if you can tell us more, that would be fantastic.
On the 2nd floor of the dam, so that would be what, 4 floors below us right now? There's actually a tunnel that used to cross the length of the dam. When the dam was in operation up until the early late 1920s, the only way for kids that were on the other side of the river to attend school, which was on this side, was they'd have to go through this tunnel.
Wow.
The tunnel was 2 feet wide, 6 feet tall, and 1,530 feet long.
Kids would actually take this
4
stairwell
floors down.
4 floors down to go cross under the river to get to school.
And if you go down there, you can actually see turbine number 7 and 8, or at least the tops of them, that are sticking out of the 5th floor, which is half flooded.
Are those buildings accessible to us, or just this one?
Just this one.
Okay.
There's building 2, which. Okay then.
What was that? Oh, I love this already.
And that is actually the infamous catwalk where shadow figures are very, very commonly saw.
Now, it could be the reflection of the water, but it looks like a bunch of shadows dancing up there.
That would be the reflection, most probably coming off
of the water.
Yeah, or the whirlpool. Right there, actually.
All right, so there's a whirlpool right down there, and up here is the infamous walkway.
Catwalk.
The catwalk, where shadow figures have been spotted.
And they like to mess with the lockers up there as well.
Oh, there's lockers up there, okay.
Oh yeah. No, that one was not caused by an animal. What was that?
That was weird. Oh, this is awesome. Okay, this is
The
gonna
sun
be...
hasn't even set yet.
All right, let's go up to you wanna go up to the catwalk?
So these are the lockers.
Okay. So what happens at these lockers in the past?
They like to slam them randomly or open them up. Most commonly this one right here. So learn that noise, because if you hear that.
That's what that is. Now, what have you yourself experienced here?
Up here I have of course seen the locker slam, shadow figures. We've actually gotten an EVP recording up here where the spirit held up to what it's done in the past and decided to use some very colorful language about me.
Really? Okay.
Oh yeah, for reference, when Ghost Adventures was here, the spirit told Aaron to go F himself. So
Oh wow. I
yeah,
see.
it's pretty common.
Now I heard people were attacked in here. Is that true as well?
That is not in this area, but there are a few places where if you tick off the entities there, they will.
Wow. Okay.
Now watch your step and keep to the right when you go out this door.
Okay.
Is it fish
Yeah, I
water?
can see why you need to keep to the right, because the left is a doozy.
Oh yeah, best fishing hole in Marion County right here.
Oh wow, this is really awesome. Is that for, what is this for? This tower?
That is actually, it has a light on the top that's kind of to signal boaters to
So they don't-
avoid driving into the dam at nighttime.
Has that happened where people died driving into this?
There was actually a fatality where in 1974 two barges crashed into one another out here.
Wow.
The captain and lieutenant of one of the barges died, and when they had the rescue workers out here, the storm that they were in was so bad that a rogue gust of wind actually pushed one of the rescue boats into the side of the dam, pinning one of the rescue divers in between them and killing the rescue
Right
diver.
here.
This actually had a regulator gate in it, a gate that they could raise or lower to allow water to flow through.
Okay.
Now, the reason we keep this door locked is pretty obvious. If you take a wrong step, you
Yeah.
fall in, but you wouldn't be hitting just straight water if you fell. That gate is still there, about 8 inches below the water. So
Oh,
if you
wow.
fell in, it wouldn't be like jumping into the Tennessee River. It'd be like diving 30 feet into a kiddie pool.
Wow.
And the
Okay.
bottom of the kiddie pool being metal that's been underwater rusting for 53 years.
This is really, it's actually really beautiful out here too though.
You can't find a haunted location with a better view than this one.
This is true.
Oh yeah. The sunsets from the roof they're the best. Well, if you'd like, I can give you guys a quick walkthrough of the
That
second,
would be
third floors,
awesome.
and
Yes.
and then we'll head down and show you the tunnels, and then you are on your own.
All right.
Farewell present for you guys down there.
Oh, nice.
We
Okay.
have $2,000 worth of ghost hunting equipment, which is available for you guys to use this entire time you're here.
Oh, wow. That is great.
K2, millimeter, REM pods,
Oh,
360
man.
periscopes. We even
All right, guys. I'm super excited about tonight. And I just realized I had my zoom lens on the whole time. So,
You zoomed in?
yeah, I didn't even realize I was zoomed in the whole time. But this place is so, so epic. I can't wait to do this.
Now, if you look over here, let's see, where is it? Hanging down along the bottom, you can actually see that red door.
Yeah?
That door is the way to the 5th floor, half to 2 foot deep. But right here, see how it goes from being green to a deep blue?
Mm-hmm.
Right here, the water is over 100 feet deep. On Morgan Crane that is hanging.
Oh, wow. Okay, all the way over there. Yeah, I do see that.
That was built in 1905, installed in 1909, entirely handmade, and it's electric.
Wow.
The only one of its kind in the world.
Now, what's the story with the boat in here?
So this is kind of a testament to how far the dam has come. The previous owners of the dam did not take care of it.
Right.
They basically use this place as a trash dump, their own personal dump.
Wow.
Whenever the new owner took over and I partnered up with her to help run the tours, we removed, let's see, it was 13 trailers, 6 broken down boats,
Wow.
2 broken down cars, 4 broken down jet skis, and a hot tub, as well as 2 tons of trash from this room alone.
And what is this stagecoach about?
Oh, this is a hearse that was in
A
use up to
hearse?
5 years ago.
That's a fancy way to go.
And did you notice the name of the undertaker? The first name?
Hale. What was that?
That locker just shut.
The locker just shut.
Mm-hmm.
The locker just shut. That's crazy.
They're excited for you guys.
Yeah. It's gonna be an interesting
Since
night.
we've had any YouTubers out, and they always tend to, show off a little bit for the camera.
That's great.
So the ghost equipment is over here. If you like, you guys can pick out something to bring along whenever we're doing the walkthrough, just to see if anything is set off. Otherwise, it will be here the entire time, so you can get the pictures as you want.
All right, so the nice thing about it is they're going to let us use their equipment. Definitely interested in the camera. Now, that's like a night vision camera?
This
Uh-huh.
thermal.
A thermal camera. Okay. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh yeah.
What's that?
There's nothing talking over there. There's a whole, there's talking. There was talking.
I thought I heard something over there too.
See.
Okay. Oh,
That's cool.
the locker just slammed again. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
That's it. What?
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, they are putting on a show for us tonight. But
All
yes.
right, so the thermal camera, and we could use that, especially when we go down below, right? Mm-hmm. REM pod.
Yep, REM pod, 360 periscope. This is the newest, the best of the best ghost hunting meters. This is the EDI Plus. It'll tell you your temperature changes, pressure change, humidity. It has a vibration detector, and it will also detect EMF.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so it's basically every single piece of equipment in this case all in one.
Okay.
That's super cool.
And then your standard K2, your mel meters, everything you'll need tonight.
That's awesome. All right. Thank you. All right, man. This is going to be a great night.
Are you ready to go up?
Yes.
Now this floor and the floor above us, we're still working on cleaning up, so please be mindful of the mess.
Okay,
But I think
sure.
it adds a little bit of character.
I think so as well.
Yeah.
So this is the 7th floor of the dam. This was administrative. You can tell that the 53 years of being abandoned has kind of taken a toll on the building.
Oh, yeah.
Now this room back here is the big office. This room is actually the site of one of the confirmed deaths.
Ooh, so what happened with that death here?
A gentleman had a heart attack, a widowmaker.
Oh, wow.
He was dead before he hit the ground. Right here. We know that's probably going to be the most tame of the deaths that we are going to talk about on this tour.
Okay.
Right this way, this is office number 1. And then office number 2 is...
What happened, Rob?
It's almost like I keep hearing like footsteps behind us, like we're being followed around.
There's a high probability of
crazy.
that.
You were just touched?
Someone just touched my arm. I think we're being followed around.
This is great.
Okay. Well, what did you expect coming to the 4th most haunted place in America?
Oh my gosh.
Now this back room has 2 different names. The official name is the 7th floor breaker room. But we have our own little affectionate name for it. Before I tell you the name, I want to need one of you guys to help me with something.
Okay. All right. Rob, you want to help him? I'll film.
All right, come on up. I need you to put your hand on this wall. See where that big missing paint chip is?
Yeah?
Put your hand right there. And tell me if you feel anything off.
Is this gonna feel funny?
Do your emotions feel off touching that spot?
It does. Like, it feels really, really strange, actually.
Why is that?
Getting sort of like,
The reason I'm asking you to touch that specific part on the wall is because about 3 inches behind where you're touching, there are two bodies buried in the wall of this dam.
what?
Oh, right there?
Right there. And this supporting wall that you see right behind it. But they are right there.
It feels sad.
They have been buried there since 1907.
Wow. And how were they discovered?
They were discovered whenever they fell in and the police report was made. If you fell into the concrete during construction at Hales Bar Dam, then...
So they're still there?
Yes, they didn't tear down the wall. They won't tear down the wall if you get fallen in. You know, that would cost money.
Wow.
And that would put back the schedule, so you just become a permanent part of the dam. Now, the reason why this specific spot is very much so notarized is because they did not end up there on accident.
Oh, awesome. Wow.
One gentleman tried to throw the other alive into the concrete, and he pulled the other worker in with him. A few years ago, they had a team come out with a piece of scanning equipment that can scan through concrete for voids, and they found that their bodies have since decayed and the crevices have filled with calcium. You know, like a fossil, kind of like Pompeii.
Yeah.
But they can still make out their figures and forms, and they are still holding on to one another to this day.
oh my gosh.
111 years, or let's see, 113 years later.
Wow. Okay, that's really scary.
That's just the start of it. Now, the next room that we're going to be going into is a pretty special room. I guess you could call it the brain of the dam. This is by far the most important room in the dam. I give you the control room.
Oh. Here, my arm is standing up in here.
This is the original control panel for the dam. And do watch your step on these little pieces of rebar sticking out. Now there is one plaque left from when the dam was in operation. It's that one right there. Generator number 2, differential relay phase speed.
Oh, yeah.
They used what they could get. Marble, 2-inch thick marble.
Yeah, look at that.
You can tell where the paint's chipped away. And this marble actually came from Stone Mountain, Georgia, the same place where all the marble that was used to make the monuments in Washington, D.C. came from.
Wow. Do you hear that in here? There's a constant ooh. Could be wind.
It probably is the wind, and I think I know where it's coming from. Now, before we do go further, we are going to be going into a specific room with an entity in there.
Awesome.
If you've watched any other videos of the place, you might have heard her name, Emily Grace Rosewood. She was a 23-year-old that was sadly...
Wow.
And one of the offices back here, she is by far the most positive, friendly spirit in the dam, and one of the most likely to interact with you. So just make sure to be kind, courteous, and whatever you do not mention what happened.
Absolutely.
Now this is the observation deck for the dam.
Oh, okay.
Now, there was a death that happened from this spot.
Right here?
Well, not right here, somewhere along this. A gentleman fell off and landed head first on the concrete.
What was that?
Came from the railing.
Okay.
I never heard it make that sound before. It's kind of...
It's kind of creepy.
Now this room right here is Emily's room.
This is where she passed, huh?
This room back here behind us, though this is the room she hangs out in. Oh yeah, so this is definitely one of this room, a room on the 3rd floor, and the tunnels are the places where you're most likely to get the activity.
Thought I heard something.
Might have been her. Back the way we came.
I just heard something go, Joseph. Just heard like something say my name.
I think I heard it.
Yeah, crazy.
Now this is something pretty special. Another sound that you want to kind of hear, so that if you hear it later on tonight, you know exactly where it's coming from. This is a fire door. They are installed throughout the entire dam. This one is the only one left in the dam that is still functioning and isn't rusted shut.
That will open and close?
Mm-hmm. Now you cannot use water on an electrical fire.
Right.
That's a good way to, electrocute every single person in the building. So here they use compressed CO2. They'd fill the rooms with carbon dioxide to smother out the fire.
Mm-hmm.
Only problem with that is you need to keep fresh oxygen from coming in. So that's where these fire doors would come into effect. If a fire started, this fire door and every other fire door in the entire dam would do this at the same time. It's good to know that sound so that way you can know exactly where it's coming from and you can come investigate this area if you hear it.
It sounded like a woman.
It was a woman.
See, I heard my name here.
Emily?
That was a woman.
It's definitely a woman's voice.
Yeah, she's awake today.
Yeah.
By the way, the best way to get activity from her, very simple. Serenade her.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, sing her a love song or something and she'll... Something get you?
Yeah. It was like almost like I bumped into something. There's nothing here.
Again?
No, look at this. There's nothing there. There's not a baby hanging.
Welcome to the 8th floor. As far
This
as
is-
we can. I'll do that.
Yeah.
As we like to call it, the 3rd floor.
Right. Yeah, everything else is underwater.
just to kind of give you a reference of where we're standing right now. We're about 80 feet up in the air. And the water, if you were to somehow go through this window, the water is 100 feet, or sorry, 70 to 80 feet deep.
Wow.
Now, there is one area on this floor that is off limits. And that is up these stairs,
Okay.
which is pretty obvious as to why.
And there's no floor, yeah?
Yep. If you were to step on what looks like the floor down there, that's actually the ceiling for the floor below us. You'd fall 40 feet through rebar and piping before hitting concrete.
Gotcha.
To remain completely silent until we get to the center of this room. Welcome to the 8th floor break room. Now the acoustics in this room are pretty spot
Oh,
on.
yeah, they are. Hello.
This is also the site of the most brutal murder in the history of the dam.
Oh, wow, what happened here?
Two gentlemen got into a fight with one another. I'll give you guys 3 guesses as to what they're fighting over, but most people only need 1. What is every fight between men from the dawn of time been over?
Fighting over a woman.
A woman. Yeah. Our permanent resident here decided to call the other gentleman's wife. How to word this properly? She had carnal knowledge of every single man in the town.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. The husband didn't like hearing that, even though first-hand accounts say that that was a true statement that she did get around. But still, he decided to take his anger for that out on this gentleman.
Right here.
A fist fight broke out between the two that ended when the husband picked up one of the wooden stools and broke it over the back of the neck and head of the other worker. He fell to the ground right there, grabbing onto his neck. And while he was there defenseless on the ground, the husband grabbed a knife off of the table and stabbed him 37 times in his abdomen.
That's crazy.
It wasn't the stab wounds that killed him though. When the wooden stool broke over the back of his neck, it severed the nerve that led to his respiratory drive. He died of suffocation because he couldn't move air out of his own lungs, laying there defenseless while being stabbed over and over and over again. He is the spirit that likes to hang out up here and the one that's most likely to hurt you if you piss him off.
Those are footsteps.
All right.
He doesn't like me telling his stories for pretty obvious reasons. This is actually the only spirit that I've ever personally interacted with that has scratched me. He's done it 5 times now. He doesn't like me.
Oh, I can't wait. This is so good.
Now, you notice these weird lumps on the ground?
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the only haunted locations in North America that has these.
What is it?
It is a formation called calcimite.
Oh, yeah. It does look like calcium.
Stalactites and stalagmites formed inside of a man-made building because the entire dam is made out of limestone concrete. Which, by the way, limestone, water, electricity, and deaths are the 4 biggest conductors of spiritual energy. Limestone building, bottom floors are flooded. It was a hydroelectric dam. And as I've shown so far tonight, deaths is pretty well covered.
Wow, that's awesome. Now, supposedly, somebody was telling me there's a chair in here that you're not supposed to sit in.
There are 3 of them actually. They were in the entranceway when you walked in, lit up with V lights.
Okay. And why is that?
Because of the dark things that happened by the people who sat in that chair whenever they broke into the dam. Now don't come up too close to this.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Yep.
That looks like some kind of conductor.
That is an insulator, a ceramic insulator. All the power that was sent out of the dam would travel up these 3 lockers here and would be carried up to the ceiling. You can follow the insulators around the ceiling up to the roof, and from the roof they'd be sent to Chattanooga. Now the reason I opened up this locker in specific is because we have yet another death here. A gentleman was performing maintenance on the lines when someone down in the breaker room, the main breaker room, accidentally basically sent power through this line. He was hit with a charge of 57,000 kilowatts.
Yeah.
Are you afraid of heights?
A little bit.
This is great. Appreciate you showing us all this too.
Now there's one more room up here on the 3rd floor. And this is actually the site of one of the most notorious paranormal sightings in the dam that we actually have debunked. So every once in a while an investigation team comes in here and finds the wheel spinning. But here's a little bit of a tip. This is called a ventilation duct.
Oh,
This
I see.
is a ventilation fan with the motor.
Right.
So when the wind blows this way, spins the fan, spins the wheel.
Spins the wheel. Okay. Well, I'm glad you showed us that because I would have been freaking out too.
Oh yeah, so if you see it spinning,
Right.
it's just the wind. But if there's no wind, now later on, feel free to go up the stairs.
What's that?
Did you just whisper something?
I didn't whisper anything. No.
Something whispered directly in my ear. You were behind me, so I thought it was you.
Well, this is, where we've had our highest EMF spike anywhere in the dam. In this specific spot. Do you guys have much knowledge with EMF detectors?
So we really don't use too much, to be honest with you.
Well,
But
you know how it's a big deal if you get 8 or a 20 and it redlines it, right?
mm-hmm.
The highest one spike that we ever had was actually detected right here. And that was 2,849.3. Which, for reference, that should be about the same amount of power as coming off of the main power feed from the dam if the dam was still in operation and the generators were still there running at full capacity.
That's crazy.
Yeah, especially since there is no power at all on this floor or the second floor.
So I keep hearing like what sounds like talking. Maybe it's the wind, I don't know. It does sound like talking though.
Most likely when you listen, watch back through the video, you're going to have some stuff in there. Some stuff you heard, some stuff you didn't. You'll just have to wait and see. Now next we're heading to the most active and notorious section of the entire dam.
Okay.
The tunnels. Here is the main breaker room.
Go ahead, Rob.
Somebody's talking, man. This is weird. It's talking everywhere. Clear as day talking. This is way.
This is the breaker room. Each one of these breakers or transformers or circuits would have anywhere from 6,500 to 7,500 volts running through them. All the ceramic is handmade.
That's cool.
Plus it is a little bit creepy. Here you can see the last remaining power transformer or potential transformer left in the dam.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Oh yeah, that's basically like the breaker in your house, except the breaker in your house would run from 120 to 240 volts. That one runs at 7,500 volts. If you touch that, you're fried extra crispy.
You okay, Rob?
Yeah, this is really good.
Now look on the sides of the walls where they actually have lighting put by management for the workers. Watch your step, keep your eyes open, safety first. Almost all of these are things that I would apply to, I guess called rules here at the dam. These are the ways you stay safe here. Watch yourself. Make sure you are right. And then this one is my personal favorite. I think this is something people need to do a whole lot more nowadays.
Yeah.
Keep your mind on your business. I think
Isn't
everyone
that the
can agree
truth?
that's something that everyone needs to do more nowadays. Now don't worry about the coffin.
Yeah, there is a coffin in here. How come?
And it's one of our trigger props.
Okay.
We actually got it for a discounted rate because it's pre-used.
Did you?
Yep, this was used as a display coffin before cremation.
Oh.
So this coffin, I think they said it had almost 800 people that rested in it.
Dang.
Now, the moment we go through here, you're going to be 6 feet underground.
Okay.
Ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Now that we're here, where the event with the chairs happened, so 2 years ago we had some people break into the dam that were Satanists. And they decided that it'd be a good idea to try and open a doorway and let whatever they could through. To do this, they performed a blood sacrifice by killing a live rabbit. We have an entity down here that is not human. It's not a demon, so you don't have to worry about that. It's an elemental, if you've heard of those before.
Okay.
Basically a spirit of the land. Think kind of Native American legend. And it did not like that happening.
Oh, I like this. I see some type of machinery or something back there. Or shelves or something.
Yeah, right here on the left, this was conduit shelving. Where the office is now, there was actually a 2-chimney coal plant to help supplement even more power for the hydroelectric dam. Of course, they tore that down blew it up whenever they tore down a section of the dam that crossed the river in early '68. But this is where all the power conduiting would run from that building back towards the dam. And TVA was kind enough to leave us these.
Okay. Those are still...
In their original boxes.
Wow.
Ceramic insulators circa 1950s, early to mid 1950s.
Still in the box.
Yep. Each one of these discs is handmade, and they weigh about 100 pounds per length of them.
And that's how they packaged them in these little
You can see the writing is still on there.
crates. Yeah, that's really cool. Oh yeah, look at that. I wonder if these are probably worth some money too, I would imagine.
Quite a bit.
Really?
Oh yeah, but we have a better purpose for them. The purpose for all of our tours and basically everything we do here is to restore the building.
Okay.
We don't really make a profit. Everything goes back to the dam.
Nice, okay.
So we're working on turning it into a museum and event
Nice.
space. Now I'll let you take the lead for this part.
Okay. Okay.
Is motion activated where if you shake it, it does we didn't touch it.
Yeah. That's really cool.
Welcome to the little girls' room. There are 2 little girls ages 11 and 13. They're actually murdered in this room.
Oh, that's so sad, man. See, we're not moving at all. What?
You heard that?
No? What'd you hear?
I heard a voice. And her voice sounded like a girl.
The eldest is named Elizabeth. She's the 13-year-old that resides down here. All of these toys were actually brought by investigation teams. And it's not like to take emotion around that thing. It's supposed to go off whenever you move it.
All right, so thank you so much. You were going to show us the chair
Yes.
and tell us a little bit about the chairs. So,
Those are the 3 chairs that they were sitting in. The middle one is the one that the head guy was sitting in. We don't touch them, sit on them, even get too close to them because the person that worked here that brought them from the tunnels to where they are now, the hand he used to carry them, a day and a half later he got his finger cut off working here.
oh wow, so these chairs were by these people who came here performing rituals.
Yeah, Satanists.
Wow.
That's where they sat at. And they left in a hurry because both of these chairs were knocked over and that one was halfway down the hallway.
Wow. Wow, well, this is awesome. This has been an awesome tour. All right, guys, so we're about to be locked in the Hales Bar Dam. Thank you so much, Stephen. He showed us around this place, gave us a tour. You'll see that in this video. These guys are great people. There'll be information in the description of the video below. If you get the chance and you want to come to the Hales Bar Dam, there's so much to see here. It's not only a beautiful place to visit, but it's a scary, creepy place to come to as well. So Stephen, any last words for us?
Good luck. Don't die, and if you do, you gotta haunt the place. Remember that.
Okay. We will do that. So, all right, you're gonna lock us in, brother?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Good luck.
Thank you so much, man.
No problem at all.
All right, we are being officially locked in the Hales Bar Dam. And as you can see, he's locking us in.
Yeah, it's just heavy duty equipment too. This is razor wire.
Yeah.
It's it's the trade-off. Sure, nobody can come in, but you guys can't come out either.
This is true. All right, Stephen, thank you so much, man.
No problem. Have fun.
Welcome to another episode of Urban Ghost Urban Exploration. Now, in the beginning of this video, you guys got to see a tour of this place, find out some interesting stuff about the Hales Bar Dam. Rob and I are officially locked inside this place, just us, and we have this as long as we want. All right, so I just want to give a special thank you to Stephen, who you've seen in the beginning of this video, who showed us around. I'm excited about this. It's a cool place, and it's a scary place you guys are coming with. Let's do this.